Okay, we're back again, just 2 days later, guys. Sorry, again for the second delay now, but but don't worry, this will hopefully be finishing off. So yeah, I mean, like last time we just finished up on the standard gauge engine, so now we are moving on to the narrow gauge engines now. So in we go, of course. First starting off with, of course, the sexy Welsh engine himself. What did you do? It's Skarloey. Yep, the very nice looking take-along Skarloey. Yeah, very peak model, I must say. He's honestly, I think, one of my more recent ones, because I did get him, like, last year, I think, alongside basically just the rest of the narrow gauge engines, so you'll see in a sec here, but still a really nice model. I mean, a lot better than the 2009 Take and Place Skarloey, like, just whatever the hell that thing was. But hey, at least the 2013 Skarloey was pretty peak, though. I think. Yeah, and then next, of course, we have Reneas. Another recent one. I think it's a pretty decent looking model, even though I think with my model of Reneas, when you, like, pull his face right here, it's sort of, yeah, never mind, just still a pretty alright one. Yeah, and then next here we have a pretty interesting one here, Sahandle. I think this is the Take and Place Sahandle, I think, which actually looks really nice. Definitely one of the best looking Take and Play narrow gauge engines, I must say. And this Sahandle right here hasn't always actually been like my childhood Sahandle, and I'll actually bring up my childhood Sahandle in a sec, though the only bit that's remaining of him. It's this body right here. Yeah, and here's a little, like, quick story I'll tell you about my Sahandle. So this Sahandle I got, like, last year, like, from eBay. And this Sahandle right here was the one I had since childhood, though the one downside was this Sahandle's funnel actually broke off, so I was just stuck with a funnelless Sahandle for, like, a few years, until I eventually realised, thanks to a good friend of mine, close, I've mentioned him like 3 times already, he pointed out that this might actually be a knockoff. So you know what we did? We threw him out the window, of course. More specifically, that window out there. And this is basically the only last remaining surviving part of this handle, so yeah. And then moving on, next here we have a good old PP Sam. Yeah, another pretty nice one, I must say. I think it would be cool if they maybe even made like an original funnel Peter Sam, like diecast as well. And even like maybe like a Falcon and Stuart like Sahandle and Peter Sam as well. That would actually be pretty cool to see. And then next here we have probably like my oldest narrow gauge engine here, Rusty, and you can definitely tell he's probably, I'd say probably Rusty has most likely been one of my first ones in this collection, especially, of course, with his face. Like, he has definitely suffered a lot, but still, it's not worth replacing him, yes. Just, he's still, of course, a really nice old model. And, yeah, there's Rusty. And then next here we have probably my least favourite narrow gauge engine I have here, Duncan. And this is, as you can see, the 2015 Duncan with the stupid dumb chunky magnets and the squished down body. And I did also have this guy since childhood, but to be honest, I'm really thinking now I should get Take Along Duncan, because of course it's a lot more nicer, and yeah, so yeah, not to mention this thing doesn't have painted buffers unlike the rest of the narrow gauge fleet like that. Then up next here we have Fearless Freddy. I think he's basically in the same, basically sort of in the same condition as like Dennis, I think, but a slight bit better. Like, his eyebrows are like chipping off a little bit there, and so is his face right there. He actually has like, I think, the same nose defect as Dennis, but still, like, though I think at the same time, I think I remember I might have had like 2 Freddys at some point, though I think I might have like given the second Freddy away or something, so I'm just stuck with like 1 Freddy right now, which has always just, of course, been my one and only Freddy for like years now. But anyways, moving on from Freddy, here we have good old Grandpa Duke, the Take Along Duke, or maybe this could be Take and Play Duke. I think it might be Take and Play. I think it might, maybe it is, but I'm pretty sure he was actually like the first like narrow gauge engine left for me to get, I think, alongside like the first 4 right there. So yeah, he's another one I've just had since last year, and I'd say like it's another pretty nice model, I must say. So that's Duke. Yeah, and then next here's of course another pretty interesting one, Mighty Mac. And of course, like one side is Mighty and the other one's Mac. And just like the handle, this is not my childhood Mighty Mac. And for where my childhood Mighty Mac is, well, first of all, I'm pretty sure that thing was also a knockoff too, and I'm pretty sure it was, I think, Mac's funnel that broke off, and I think I decided to sell it off. And I'm pretty sure I think I got this Mighty Mac, I think, for like Christmas one year. The same Christmas, I think I got like a Chunky Mac, the Hero, and the LBSC Thomas, I believe. So yeah, and then next, moving on to the CGI narrow gauge engines. First off, here we of course have Victor, the Chunky Mac the Victor, which I also think I should probably just get like the 2009 Victor, just get this one rid of, I think, just because, like, hey, it's a Chunky Mac, that's what you expect. So yeah, but of course, no only do I just have regular Victor, but I also have like a pretty goated model, I must say, Yellow Victor. And as you can tell, this is probably another one I've had since childhood. And just like Patchwork Hero, I think, Yellow Victor was, I think, at first my default Victor before I had the original, the classic red Victor right there. So definitely, I'm really glad to have like Yellow Victor, even alongside Sydney. So yeah, there's Victor. And then here we have the last 2 narrow gauge engines right here. Here we have, next up here, everyone's favorite little Irish boy, Luke. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure with Luke, he's basically sort of in the same condition as Rusty, as you can see, but still, like I say, it's not worth replacing him. So yeah. And then the last narrow gauge engine we have here is Millie. And honestly, I think the memory I have with Millie, I think, is that I think I might have gotten like Millie the same time I got like this Trackmaster Flynn set, I think. I mean, I'm pretty sure that was like long ago, like pretty sure by the time like King of the Railway was coming out, so it was pretty handy that I got Millie around during that time. And that basically includes everything I had to say about my narrow gauge engines. And now we move on to the miniature engines and the only Culdee Fell engine I have. And now here we have like all 3 of the miniature engines right here. And of course, like the only ones that Take and Play made, of course. We have, of course, Mike, Bert, and Rex. And I'm pretty sure I did actually have like 2 Rexes, I think, like back then, but I think I gave like the other Rex I had to, I'm pretty sure, my brother. So yeah, at least I have like all 3 of the miniature engines right here, all looking very nice together. I mean, like I'd say they're probably one of the only few like good like chunky magnets we had. I mean, like, maybe I wouldn't mind like getting like Take Along Mike, I think, but I'm still fine, of course, like this mic right here. So yeah, that's basically the miniature engines done. And then of course, finally, just to finish up the engines, finally, we have the only Culdee Fell engine, which is, well, Culdee, of course. And I'm pretty sure I got, and I remember I did get him like the same mark, and I got like that Confetti Thomas, I think. And surprised I've actually also had like Culdee for like quite some time, despite like how like nothing like the Culdee Fell edges are, and there's a really scary back face right there, but still, that's that mod done, and now we finally move on to the road vehicles and road stock. I mean, and I forget it.